Hi everyone, how are you? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi everyone. So, two things. The first thing, I am doing this kind of explanations and these kind of things because I am setting my energy in the Aries energy of this month. You have seen in every one of the month had happened something according to the energy that we are working with. Okay, so this is kind of the energy that we are embracing these days. So if I would be loving in this week and patient on all these kind of things, it wouldn't be really the teachings of Aries. Y bien. Y segunda cosa. So, and I would like to say another thing, the second thing, that once was the first time that I said it, I was ashamed of that, but taking the energy of Aries, I'm not ashamed anymore. So I will say this example. If I would have been a politician and I set myself in a campaign to ask you to vote for me, and you elected me to be here in front of you, that would be something that makes me do everything to accomplish your expectations on me, because the people that is watching will have an expectation on me, and I was selling that expectation. So it's okay, but I am not. I'm doing this for myself. I wasn't expecting here to accomplish any expectations of yours. So I am doing my path and I'm sharing it with you. It's totally different. So I'm saying this because if someone is feeling that I am not accomplishing the expectations that you were expecting for me as a teacher, so I'm sorry, but yes, I'm not. So as I said, everyone here is free to stay, free to leave, free to complain, whatever you want, you are free to do it. And I will go to the energy that all this generates, which is fury. So fury comes from the Latin furor, and furor comes from fervere. Fervere means to boil, but the etymology of the word comes from hole in the ground, a hole where you a well where you can find water down there, a well. But also much more concrete is connected to a well where you can find a spring, hot waters. So this means that is where the waters boil. Bien. So fury is related to the gathering of fire and water. Fire and water. Let's see it from the point of view of a human energy. So the fire, the first fire, is the vital energy, the energy that moves and that goes up. So it's what we call the kundalini. And then the emotional part is related with the water. And all the emotional things that we have within are related to the liquids that we have within. So is what they used to call humors. So remember that 1 month we spoke about the humors, that they were the different kind of liquids that the ancient people divided in our body, were interpreted from our body, that moved the soul, that moved the emotions. So that's why the liquids, the humors, establish the different kinds of anemic states. Anemic means soul, the soul. So the anemic states will be called humors. That's why we have today this word humor. So when the inner fire starts to ignite, the waters, the humors of the body starts to boil. One. So we have here the chakras. So we have here the chakras. So we have the root chakra here, sacrum, plexus, the heart, the throat, third eye, and the crown. So the energy of the earth goes up and connects into the root chakra, igniting the fire. The fire here going up is the one that we call kundalini, the vital energy. It's from here, from this chakra, through where appears positive and the negative, and the main energy divides into creating the movement of the kundalini. Okay. From the energy of the ground, and the energy of heaven, both of them get connected here, they collapse, which is what we call a conflict. A conflict. So this system here means that when the energy from heaven and the energy from earth get together, we create a conflict because both of them collapse. And this collapse of the energy creates the vital energy of the kundalini. So this creates here the force of the main energy of the kundalini. But what happened then? That the crown here, which has the purpose and the idea, will call this energy to go up. It will be the kundalini movement of this vital energy going up to this point here. So, so the world of the ideas needs to manifest itself, but then the manifestation is going back to the world of the ideas. And that's how the cycle begins. So this is the kind of the descending of the divinities. And today I was explaining about the story of these divinities. So here in this level is where we find the chaos, the conjunction between the everything and the nothing. Then this chaos will be downloaded into the thoughts, the ideas, which is Uranus. There in the heart we have Gaia, the earth. And here between Uranus and Gaia, the earth, we have Chronos, the time. So here in the plexus, because of Uranus and Gaia, appears the Titans, which are the potentials. So Uranus and Gaia has the Titans as children because they are the first couple, heaven and earth, like mother and father. So both of them, they start to have these kids, but Uranus doesn't like much their own kids. Only the Titans were good for him. The other ones, like the giants, like the Cyclops, they were not good for him. So Uranus sent them to hell to live in the underground. So that's why he asked Kronos, one of her children, to take power over Uranus and to set free their kids. So now what happens is that Kronos, with the tools of Gaia, will go and cut the balls of Uranus. So no more balls. So what happens is that one falls in the ocean and the other one on Earth. Basically, the history says the sperms goes into the ocean, the blood goes into the earth, into the ground. Positive and negative. So from the positive side, who emerges? Venus. Venus is the beauty, all the good things of creation itself. So in the other side, we have Aries, in between many others. So in the history, Aries is the one that the Cordia. I don't know the word. So is the one that has the apple of Paris, the one that discord. Okay, thank you. So the apple of the discord, who is the one that has to decide in between the three goddess and so on. So she's the conflict, basically. So now these two, Venus and Aries, will be related to the hell, the main fire that comes from the underground in the hell. So Venus will be in love, in eternal love, with the blacksmith of the hell, Hades. So he would be the one falling in love with Venus and Venus with him, a weird couple. And Aries will have her daughters here in hell, in the underground. So here what we can have is this strange love story where is born the sexuality, the lower vibration of love. That would be here. And from Aries will be born all the contrary energies to this love. So from this gathering of love in between the waters and the lava from the volcanoes, both of them are the origin of life in the oceans. Both together create life itself, but will also emerge something really terrible, which is the boiling water that kills everything. So how do we call the boiling waters? Furies. So this is like a summary of how our own energy can be related to mythology, and then how can we understand this process of positive and negative, of the light aspect and the dark aspect of the root chakra. This chakra is where the conflict begins between love and the furies. But also, we have to understand this, that it's because of this duality in love and hatred, in between the positive and the negative here, that this conflict here that is created between these two sides can go up and start to move in the kundalini way. So this here explains how the conflicts are creating us. Basically, it has been the conflicts between hydrogen, oxygen, carbon that created life. It's been due to the conflicts that we have been going through in our history that allowed our evolution for us here. So these two forces are the energy for the vital energy, the vital movement. So this energy here is the one that is vital for us to enlighten our light, to ignite the light. So what happened here? Remember the gods, the story. So now, I think that this story will be very familiar, where the heaven and the earth are in conflict. The mind and the heart are in conflict. Because the mind, Uranus, wants to put its power upon the heart, the earth. The mind upon the heart. And the heart, because it doesn't have any limits, it doesn't also have logics, understanding. So it can love even the most horrible beast. So what happened here is like Gaia, the mother, tells to the time, Chronos, to tell the mind, cut it. I don't want to know about you anymore. So when the main idea disappeared, the Titans to fight because of their potential. They start to fight for the crown, for the power above. So that would be like Zeus with Kronos fighting, which will be the being, the ego, and the self, fighting for the crown, for the throne. So now, what happened here is that when we don't have the logics of the spirit saying how to be in access, taking care of the beast inside, so the beasts are released. Aries, to this beautiful couple here between the love of Venus and the hell of Hades, and Aries would say, hey, remember, I think he's with another one, or she's with another one. I think I saw it. And this creates a war between love and the hell that awakens the Furies. Furies are three. The Furies are three. Rage, jealous, I don't know how to spell it, jealous, being jealous, and revenge. Rage, jealousy, and revenge. So basically, the only way in which this love can rise up in coherence is if that love, if that creation from the root chakra has a meaning, has a proper idea, a purpose in the mind. So that's how it's able to go up and rise the energy, exploding like a volcano. If there's no consciousness, there's no understanding. If there is no thoughts, there's no wisdom. So I'm going to be just touched to the wheel of time in karma all the time, once and again. But if I cannot even transcend cycles of time, I stay attached to the ground, to the earth, without any meaning, but just living here and now. But if though I am not allowing myself to live here and now, I'm going to have a problem. So what I will face is that all my potentials will try to rise up at the same time, and they will be in conflict with the ego. And if I erase my potential ego, the only thing that I have is doubt. I have no idea why I am here, what to do, how to do it. No idea. So if I don't have anything more than doubts, all the main energy that was created erupts into all the directions, burning everything into ashes, releasing only rage because I don't know what to do, jealousy because I have doubts on everyone, and revenge because it's the only way that I feel I'm going to gain back my energy. You get it? So what is the importance of fury? How can we understand the importance of fury? Well, let's think about the etymology of the word. Boiling water. Without boiling water, without boiling meat, humans wouldn't be able to survive. It's because they use a fire to boil things that we actually survive through thousands of years. So the boiling water was good because when the water is boiled, you don't have bacteria. So you survive. So, for example, the Greek people didn't call the Furies as Furies because they didn't like for them to get mad at being called like this. So what they did was to call them the goodwillers, the ones that brought the good things for the people. Why is this? Because the role of the Furies is not a real story; it's just mythology, of course. The role of the Furies were the benevolent beings that took care of the population by expelling outside the killers, the assassins, and the thieves. So they used to call them in order to protect the people, because they were so rageous and they were so protective that everyone that was about to do some harm to someone would be protected by them. In the same way as the boiling water can destroy your skin, your face, or kill you, or help you because they kill the bacteria. So when we speak about our own energetical system, fury is also a good thing to use. In which way? Fury is this energy that we use in order to expel all the energies that come to take our energy out. So basically, is a mechanism of defense of our own energy. So, but the problem is that the same fury can become, if it is not in the balance, in coherence with your own self, that same fury can explode and destroy everything that is around. It's the same energy. It's the same energy, but the only difference is that I am not giving it coherence, an idea, a purpose. So here, Uranus is God of the mind that comes to the Furies and say, hey, calm down. We have to sit down to think about this, to look properly into what is happening and find a goal, a purpose, where to move through. And how do we call this? To mind it, to make a reflection. And when we go into that energy, to the reflection of ourselves, to see ourselves in the spectrum in front of us, how do we call that in Latin? Respectrum, which means respect. The respect is becoming aware about where am I heading my fury. So in order to be released about this fury, release it with yourself, not with others, with yourself. Or just put a purpose on it and use it. La vibración del día de hoy es